And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, direct from the bar,
PB.
What is going on out there, peeps? Now, some of you guys I know at home have stacks of Iraqi Dinar that looks like this. Yes, welcome to the channel where you get the information for free. I found out you guys are wasting money, and you're not getting anything different than what you don't learn from regular channels. Now, you don't have to listen to me, but go to somebody who's going to give you the information for free. Especially when somebody keeps telling you that my information is the greatest. You have no intel. There is no intel person. What you'll notice is she's just reading articles. So if you want to give her $100, go on ahead. You can come here and get the same information, I guarantee you, for free. She's not going to tell you anything that a special person is going to tell her. And make sure that the information that you get is the truth. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. Looky here, Sudani directs to review the terms of the bank reform document after receiving the observations of the Association of Iraqi Private Banks. Reform generally refers to a process of improving or amending something that is considered flawed, corrupt, or unsatisfactory. So how can you tell your people that they got the top banks in the world, the banking system is the best in the world, and that the Iraqi people are benefiting from it, when I keep telling you guys that they're going through reform? So you can't have something that's not there. There's no central bank digital currency. That's a lie. And they do not have the world's best banks. Not at all. They're reforming their banks. The Prime Minister, Sudani, was briefed on the latest developments related to the banking reform paper, especially the items that touch private banks, in light of the observation and response received by His Excellency from various concerned parties. You guys, make sure that if you're going to pay good money like that, that you get real news. You can see right here, I point everything out. I'll bring you the receipts, all right? Come here, it's free. You're not going to learn anything over there paying that kind of money that you can't learn here, especially when the news is fake. If you want somebody to hype you up and give you fake news, by all means, do you, boo-boo. Go ahead and spend that money. Sudani appreciated the efforts exerted by the Central Bank of Iraq in preparing the banking reform documents. The what documents? The banking reform, aimed at enhancing financial stability, achieving transparency, and raising the efficiency of the banking sector, stressing the government's full support for all reform initiatives that are aimed at developing the state's financial and monetary structure in line with international best practices. So the government's saying we support the reforms happening in our bank. They got to make sure that they line up with international best practices. So they're still going through banking reform. So no, they do not have the world's greatest banking system. It's a lie. They don't even have a central bank digital currency. In the same context, the Prime Minister paid great attention to the observation of the Association of Iraq's Private Banks contained in its letter dated August the 3rd of 2025, which dealt with objective challenges facing local banks in the application of some reform clauses, especially with regard to the requirements of capital increases, the adoption of the strategic partner, the cost of contracting with external companies, and the binding timing of the implementation reforms. So they haven't even been implemented yet. See right here? The binding times. Tell us when we have to implement the reforms. How can you be the greatest bank in the world if you haven't started with your reforms yet? Come on, people, work with me. Based on his keenness to achieve the realistic balance between the requirements of reform and the capabilities of local banks, the Prime Minister directed the adoption of the participatory and consultative approach between the central bank and the Iraqi banks through the formation of joint technical committees that review the requirements of reform and ensure their capability with national financial and economic reality and protect the interests of local and international investors and workers in the sector. So they are forming a joint technical committee. And what are they doing? They're reviewing the requirements of reform. They're going to review. In other words, they haven't done it yet. You can't be the best bank in the world if you're going through reform. Sudani stressed in this context that the goal of reform, they haven't achieved their goal yet. Their goal of reform is not exclusion, but empowerment, calling for the opening of an extensive dialogue to clarify the technical aspects of the document and discuss the implementation mechanisms in a gradual and thoughtful manner. So he's saying we're going to go through the documents and figure out how to implement these stages in a gradual and thoughtful manner. So they're doing reform. So as you can see, they're clearly going through reform. They want to make sure that they meet the international standards. They're formulating procedures in a way that enhances confidence in the banking sector, contributes to its development. So it hasn't been developed, going to be developing. The Prime Minister concluded his intervention by stressing that the doors of debate are open and the government's continuous support for all sincere national and international efforts seeking to reform the financial and banking system in a way that serves the public good and the national economy. So he's seeking to reform, which is change. Don't let people mislead you purposely. They know they're telling you lies, and they continue to do it. They don't have a banking system that is the greatest in the world. They're still going through reforms, and there is no central bank digital currency. Priority areas. Planning discusses with the World Bank to finance new projects. So they are definitely taking care of infrastructure. So the Ministry of Planning held a joint meeting on Monday with the World Bank team to discuss proposals for financing new projects targeting priority areas in Iraq as a part of the efforts in enhancing development cooperation between the two sides. And what are the areas that they're targeting? Municipalities in water, sewage, and environment, in addition to the electricity, transport, and reconstruction and housing sectors. And the World Bank wants to focus on highways, projects in the electricity sector, and air quality, water projects, in addition to proposals for agriculture. Government advisor, great stability in the Iraqi market and inflation falling to less than 3%. Yes, that's what I'm talking about for us investors in the stock market. The Prime Minister's financial advisor, Saleh, confirmed that the significant positive interactions in the Iraqi market has had a significant impact on the stability, noting that this success is evident by the decline in annual inflation rate to below 3%. The news reported that this remarkable decline in annual inflation rate indicates the expectation related to the exchange rate are moving towards calm and stability. Notice what it says right here, the expectations related to the exchange rate. So they are comfortable with where the exchange rate is at the moment. He added the parallel currency exchange market has begun to clearly follow the official market, and this trend is expected to continue until the end of the year based on current economic data. This development, according to Saleh, reflects an improvement in overall economic performance and the success of monetary and government policies aimed at regulating markets and achieving the desired economic stability. So if you read this right here, they're pretty happy with where the exchange is right now because it's stable. There has to be some consistency in the stability of it. So that's where they are right here. You can just see for yourself right here in this article. The remarkable decline in annual inflation rates indicates that expectations related to the exchange rate are moving towards calm and stability. Iraq reports decline in domestic debt and public spending. The Central Bank of Iraq announced on Monday a decline in public spending and domestic debt during May 2025. According to the data released by the CBI, Iraq's public spending totaled $7.13 billion in May, a 1.48% decline compared to $9.49 trillion, which is $7.24 billion, in April. The country's public spending also declined compared to May of 2024, when it reached $8.15 billion, according to the CBI. So it looks like they're getting everything under control. They're tackling both the internal and external debt. They're reforming their banking. They feel stable with the current exchange rate. That doesn't mean they won't change it, but they need to show stability, you guys. Okay? So these people telling you it's going to happen next week, it's going to happen next week. No, they're telling you right now they're happy. They finally got things stable. Inflation's under control. Spending's under control. Reforms are taking place in the banking. Jobs are being provided. They need more jobs, by the way. So everything is going in the right direction. The only thing that makes me nervous is the crude oil. $66.82 per barrel. I'm a little nervous about that. We need to remember it's got to be around $84 per barrel. The year's just a little over past the halfway mark. Hopefully things will rebound for them. Actually, for us over here, it's great that it's low because our gas prices are cheaper. So there you have it. And you got it for free. Let YouTube pay me. You guys don't have to worry about paying. Just let YouTube pay me. And you guys get the real news without nobody blowing smoke up your ass and misleading you and lying to you about shit that's not real. Okay, you get it all here and it's free. I'd be more than happy to take donations if you want to send them. But other than that, no. But tell me this wouldn't be nice. Look at these. Look at these. I know some of you guys probably got stacks about this big. Don't lie. I know you do. Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.